was the overtime game, first one for the season. What stands out to you that could be important for tonight, since you just saw this team?
Yeah, I think a pretty simple recipe we'll be able to look at the end of the night. They offensive rebound the basketball, which they had 22 versus in the first game. The ability to turn us over and score in transition. So one of the top 3 teams are getting in transition, and part of that is turning you over. And then they were able to get out to a hot start against us in that first quarter, and then we played catch up. Trey made some shots. We got to make those shots more difficult tonight, and that's our recipe right there, Megan.
With the addition of Cam Thomas now in tonight's matchup, what does that next layer bring when it comes to taking on the Hawks?
Yeah, and also adding Dennis also. So gives us 2 more perimeter guys that can match up with their perimeter guys. And they have a few guys who really can score the basketball. And so we need to score the basketball ourselves, but try to stop them as well. So Cam and Dennis gives us 2 more versatile bodies for sure.
Through that game, through that loss here, where you gave up 147 points, I mean, defense, physicality may not have been your strongest suits up until that point. You seem to have made strides in both of those areas, whatever, in the 5 games since then. I mean, in your view, what have been, I guess, the biggest improvements that you've made from that loss to today?
Oh boy. You just try to take each game and try to improve, every game. And I think our group has tried to do that, whether it is improving in our pick and roll coverage, improving in trying to turn people over, improving in how we cover for each other. Big piece of covering up for each other is the rebounding. I think our smalls have done a good job of coming back to rebound. We had the game at home where we had 5 smalls that had 7 rebounds plus or more. And so just little incremental gains that we tried to make, Brian, to stay whole as a team. You're always trying to figure out, what problem you can turn into a strength, and also capitalize on the strengths and highlight those more and more. That's our team right there. We have done a good job of moving the basketball on the offensive end of the floor and scoring, and being able to score with these high-level teams who score the basketball. So we've done that. Now the defensive end of the floor is having different lineups out there, but also being able to cover for each other with those different lineups. And so we'll be faced with another challenge again tonight, which is a perfect challenge for us.
And how irritated have Mikhail and Cam been in terms of not ever having won here? Did you
really?
They've never won here. Did you get a sense that that's something that just was vexing them, and how much were they looking forward to this being one of the 2 games that was added?
I think that proves I just carry on as usual. This is today's game, which is great. We get a chance to compete. Those dudes are in the West Coast, though. They were in the West, so they didn't see the Hawks but once a year. So I would love to give them a little present tonight, Brian. If we can make that happen, I'm all on board. So hopefully both of those dudes will be ready to rock and roll and get a win for sure.
Jacque, the way the game is played today, switching 1 through 5, how important is it to cultivate this positional size and put your team together?
Yeah, I think about if I was, had an AAU team or a middle school team. Like, I don't know if I do bigs on one end, small guards on the other end. Like, I'd mesh all those dudes and have defensive and offensive concepts that they all understood. I think that's where the game is going. It's here in front of us. I don't think it's going to change. It's really having a luxury. That's why a guy like Nick Claxton fits with us, because he can switch 1 through 5, and he also can be in coverage. And the next phase for him is the offensive end of the floor. Could he initiate offense? Could he grow his game that way? So I love it. It's fun to watch. It's different from when I grew up, different what I watched, and but I think it's a intriguing part of the NBA right now, and my kids watch it, so I think that's a good thing.
Jacque, we asked, I think someone has been Cyrus, but with you guys being such a incredibly deep offensive team, how have you seen the game, besides the three-point line, change so much from when you played? Because obviously offense is up now in the league. How is it more, I guess, how is it changing? How difficult is it now to stop so many players you can, I guess, score from different areas of the court?
Yeah, and during the regulation, you're watching an in-season tournament game the other day, and what Milwaukee had 146 in regulation. Are you kidding me? And but you see that over and over again. You used to think, wow. I'd say, wow. Now I just say, okay, you go on to the next game. The spacing, I think has grown in utilizing it. The offense definitely has the advantage as far as speed, quickness, rhythm, movement, all of the above. And then you just really have some talented dudes out there who are just hooping. The space that they're able to create and take advantage of the space, there's no catching up. Once they get advantage, they have the advantage. And I don't see that changing. It's a great challenge in order to guard dudes on a nightly basis, and you move from team to team, and the problems that they present on a nightly basis, tough for defenses.
And then I think, just to clarify on Lonnie from yesterday when you mentioned it, was there a play where Lonnie got hurt in that previous game where he was at?
Yeah, there was. It was in front of our bench. What game were we at, Evan? It happened in front of the bench. I think he tried to make a move to the baseline.
Charlotte?
I'm not gonna go on the record with that.
No. Sorry, no.
But it was a move that he tried to make, and I think we ended up pulling him out the game at that time. But right in front of our bench, a little rip to the baseline.
Gotcha. I remember he said something about he had some left knee injury he was fighting through, and I wasn't sure if it was related maybe to that or all.
I'm not sure if it's the same leg, so I'm not even sure about that relationship. But I know it did happen in the game.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah. That's all we got.